What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the big announcement from the mutant Nick Walker. Now I'm gonna say not really a surprise there because we have been talking about this and speculating about it for weeks and weeks now that Nick Walker is gonna go for the Pittsburgh Pro next year.
Oh yeah, I plan on doing Pittsburgh. So
The Berg, and then are we doing New York Pro if we win?
that's up in the air. I'm not gonna say no to it. I'm not gonna say yes to it.
And he will try to sell the debate once and for all that whether Martin Fitzwater was so good at the Olympia this year and whether he was so good at the New York Pro as well that he pushed a guy like Nick Walker to his absolute limits. And even though Nick Walker did win that show, but that was sort of a hollow victory. Or was Nick Walker just so far off that it appeared to be close between both these guys at the New York Pro? Now Martin definitely have improved a lot in this 1 year. And the version that we saw at the Olympia this year from Martin, that was undoubtedly his all-time best. So Nick versus Martin, that is gonna be an insane rematch. And something that all the bodybuilding fans, they are really looking forward to. Not to mention this is the first ever Pittsburgh Pro with the men's open bodybuilding division. And you never know, the former Miss Olympia, Lindford might also jump into this show, depending on the results of this year's Arnold, Ohio, because he has kept that door open for the debate as well. So this is now a guarantee that Pittsburgh Pro is gonna have one of the best lineups out of all the Olympia qualifiers for the year 2025. And I kind of feel bad for all of these other guys, like Blessing of Udibu and Regan Grimes, who are planning to make their comebacks in their respective shows. Because you bet, each and every one of these big names, including Nick Walker and Martin Fitzwater, and Derek as well, supposedly, they will wanna do the New York Pro as well, because that is just 1 week apart, and that is another 30 Gs of prize money. Now when it comes to Blessing and Regan, who are coming back after taking a full year off, they must be looking to make such a solid impression in their first show back. And unless they show up with some unimaginable improvements, it is gonna be a hard show for both of these guys. Now, as I explained in some of my earlier videos, that if this trend continues, where more and more of these top guys, they compete multiple times every year, it is gonna get literally impossible for all these other guys to earn their Olympia qualifications. Now, coming back to Nick Walker, there is gonna be some pressure on the mutant, for sure, because there have been big question marks on his fate as a top Olympian. And what I mean by that is, whether he has what it takes to win the Olympia title. And do not even take my words for it. Just listen to the head judge, Steve Weinberger, who said that Nick Walker is gonna have a hard time up there, especially on the Olympia stage. So this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, that is really gonna set the tone on what to expect from Nick Walker at the Olympia next year. And we have to keep in mind, this is gonna be a new version of Nick Walker, because he also has a new coach in his corner now. Now Nick is still extremely confident that him at his all-time best, and he refers to his physique, which he was gonna present at the Olympia 2023, which unfortunately we did not get to see on the stage because of that hamstring tear. Now Nick considered that was his best package ever, and he believes that kind of package that can still fight for Miss Olympia title even today.
My quad sweep and obviously my waist will always be a structural flaw for me.
37.
But I think if I always nail it, I think I could win a couple titles for sure.
Well, we will see that how much of that is true at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro. And the hype train for Nick Walker, that is gonna start here, as we get ready to witness a great comeback by the mutant Nick Walker. Next up we have Derek Lindford. And after Derek dropped those great pictures of him doing the rear double biceps, it's just a realization that these pictures are from the Olympia last year, when Derek was crowned Miss Olympia champion. And we are now 10 weeks post Olympia 2024. And you guys will be surprised to hear this, that Derek hasn't posted a single shot, a single stage picture of him from this past competition. Even though his back, that still looked the best out of everyone in this year's Olympia lineup. Now that simply shows that even Derek did not like what he himself saw after going through those pictures from this past Miss Olympia, and also the videos, and even the conditioning that he brought to the stage back in 2023, that was better compared to what we saw this year, because that is what the judges told us. And I have got to say it was none of his fault. Now, we glorify Hani Wembot for being the greatest bodybuilding coach of all time, and he has 100% earned that title. He fully deserves that. His stats just speaks for themselves. But if you look at this past Miss Olympia, it just wasn't a good look for Hani Wembot as a coach, because neither of his two top clients, Derek or Hadi, they were even close to their personal best. Now, I have got to say people out there are so quick to count out Derek Lindford for this upcoming Arnold, which in my opinion is a huge mistake. He's still the same bodybuilder with the most insane X-frame that we have seen in the last decade or so, and it is just a matter of time for him, and just a matter of him keeping all that legs volume as he diets down, as he gets shredded, especially during the peak week for this upcoming Arnold. And I 100% think that he's gonna be fighting for the Arnold title with Samson Dauda next year. Next up, we have Urs Glashinsky and his physique update and the innovation that he brought to his guest posing while doing a tour in India. So there were pictures of him posing for Hani Wembot, and no, the rumors are false. Urs and Hani aren't working together as Hani is already retired from elite coaching scene and they only did a workout together. But Urs does look absolutely amazing even during the detox phase during this clean-out time. And it will be a stupid decision for Urs to change his coach, especially after bringing his career's best to this past Miss Olympia, where he placed third, beating guys like Ramondino, Vasily Vizers, and Brion. And those were the guys he just wasn't supposed to beat, considering his Arnold Classic placing earlier this year. So this is gonna be Urs's first time not doing the Arnold in the last 3 years or so. And it is very much understandable, and Urs did explain that here. If he has to win the Classic Physique Miss Olympia, and there won't be a barrier to do that, then 2025. Because there is no returning champion, there is no C-bomb anymore, and Urs got third place behind Mike this year, and they were really close. I didn't however get this particular part of his statement. They said that he still has room to grow before he maxes out his weight cap, because we have been living under this impression that Urs maxed out years ago, and there was even a chatter about him possibly switching to the men's open bodybuilding in the future and try his luck in a bigger class. Seth Ferozi reveals that he got a minor tear in his quads about a week ago, and maybe that has also contributed to his decision of taking one step back and focus on recovery before making this huge decision of going back to the stage and do a bodybuilding show after more than a decade. But that quad tear, that isn't the worst part here. The bad news is his left ankle, because this isn't something new. The doctors advised him to have a constructive surgery for that particular ankle years ago, but Seth just continued to train with it, and now even the last ligament in there is gone. And if he wants to continue to train hard, he will have to get that ankle fixed, and the healing time after surgery, that is gonna take some months. So that is it for Seth now. Another big factor in Seth's comeback, that is also his age factor. I think he is in his 40s now. So the sooner this comeback happens, the more are his chances of improving on certain body parts, like his back. Now Seth has successfully completed 12 weeks of dieting, and he looks absolutely ripped in today's update. But it is time to sit back and heal and recover. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.